Star Wars Geek Girl. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
My name is Zoe Hinton. This is Star Wars Geek Girl podcast. Please remember to rate our podcast and check out our website, starwarsgeekgirl.com. We will have comic codes later in the show, and we have a special guest today, Lizzy Perales.
Hi. What's up?
So, first we're talking about females in fandom and some of our favorite strong female characters.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
All right. So females in fandom, I guess. Well, there is one woman that we all love. Ashley Eckstein runs her universe, so she has all the awesome clothes and everything.
I love her clothes, especially the Sabine shirt, which is just awesome.
It's just awesome. I have that too.
Yeah.
I actually got to meet her at Disney World Star Wars weekend, and she was probably the nicest person you'll ever get to meet.
I've seen her a few times at Comic-Con, and yeah. she's really nice, and she's just so nice, I swear.
She is very nice. And she does voice Ahsoka Tano, which relates to strong female characters, and I think she was our first leading non-human female character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she was very developed too. Like, she had a backstory and she had like in-depth traits. And then, so Vanessa Marshall, she's Hera Syndulla on Rebels, and she's new to this. Well, not new to the fandom, but she's new to like being a leader in the fandom. And she has a column in Star Wars Insider, and she's very supportive of the fandom, and she's always like very, very nice.
Yeah, I've seen her at a few panels in like cons, and it's just so awesome to see her, because you don't really, I guess whenever I see her, I don't picture her as Hera, but I hear it in her voice. Like, it's, yeah.
And, like, I don't know, she seems very enthusiastic about everything, which is always very good. And in a lot of her panels, like, she always seems to be kind of like the Hera of the voices of the Ghost Crew, like, just kind of like, not technically the leader, but basically the leader. She's kind of like, I don't know.
The mother.
She cares, yeah, she's the mother. She cares about everybody. She's very, like, empathetic,
Yeah.
Hera Syndulla is a cool character as well, who she voices. She is like the mother, but she's also like, she can like hold her own, and she's not like helpless.
Yeah, I love that she's a strong and smart character. I'm trying to think. Yeah. And I always see her as just as really funny. And funny. When it comes to Kanan, she's very protective. When it comes to the whole crew, she's very protective too. And she's very smart, and she gives good advice, just like a mother would. So, yeah.
And then her daughter, Sabine.
Yeah.
Oh
my God, Sabine's awesome.
We both love Sabine.
Yeah.
She's definitely something new, because we haven't really seen an artist so much in Star Wars, but she's an artist. So she's new. She's a new kind of character, but I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, she's smart and awesome, an artist too. I really felt like I could connect with her because she has somewhat of an attitude, and she's funny and smart, and she's an artist. I love that. I love all her armor and all the colors on it, and the designs. I thought the designs were just awesome for her.
Yes, her designs, and they changed now in season 2.
Yeah.
She has new everything, which still looks cool.
It's awesome, yeah. I was thinking that when she changed her image, I thought she would be using some stuff in her Star Wars Sabine sketchbook, but it didn't really seem like it. But it was still pretty cool.
Maybe we'll see her jetpack at some point. Who knows?
Yeah.
That would be cool. Flying Sabine. Nothing can go wrong. And then, but Tia Sakar, she definitely seems very new. She seems very new to being in like something that revolves around a fandom. But she seems very nice. I haven't really met her, but in her panel, she seems very nice and like she's really cool.
Yeah, she's really nice, and I've only like met her once, but yeah, she was really nice, and yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then let's see other awesome characters. Well, there's Leia, obviously, who was our first.
Leia. Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see her in Rebels because she would be involved at this point with Bail Organa.
And like she would be sort of younger in the New Hope, so
she would be about Ezra's age.
Yeah. Would she be older or younger than Sabine? Older, right?
No, a little younger, because Sabine's about a year older than Ezra, and Ezra's a few days older than Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
So, I feel like Ezra would like kind of like how he has a crush on Sabine. Like he'd try to like flirt with Leia, and she'd just shut him down. Like I feel like that would totally happen.
That would be funny.
Let's see. Well, there's Padme. She was our second female, like leading female character. I liked her. She had a lot of she was a queen at a very young age, so she was very like powerful and good with politics. In the Clone Wars, we saw her like doing a lot more with like her power and her political power, and trying to like close the war, which didn't really work out too well. But I mean, she tried.
I think she has too many outfits.
Too many outfits.
I can't keep track of all of them.
I mean, if someone wants to have all of Padme's outfits, they better have maybe like a lot of money. Just because there's so many and they're so elaborate, and her hair.
They have a lot of cool details, and yeah, they're actually really cool. Some of them. Not a fan of all of them, but most of them. I love the one in Attack of the Clones where she's at Naboo and they're running in the fields. That dress is just awesome.
That one I like that one.
Yeah.
And then the one she mostly wears in the Clone Wars, like that purple one, and then her hair's.
Yeah.
Well, we later find out that she can take that off. That's like a wig, I guess. One episode that completely blew my mind. Like, what? That's not her real hair?
I remember I have a bunch of like Star Wars Galactic heroes, and so they would have a bunch of Padmes with just different dresses, and a bunch of Leias with different outfits, and I would always put them together and just look at all the details and look how awesome they look.
And so many Padme.
There were so many.
She does have a lot of dresses, and a lot of them are very, very elaborate and fancy. She is, like, outside of her clothes, she is very, like, she can hold her own when it comes down to it, as we saw in the Clone Wars, and even in Attack of the Clones a little bit. She can fight for herself if it comes down to it. And she, I don't know, she's a pretty complex character. We saw that explored in the Clone Wars, which I liked.
Yeah. And do you think, I'm pretty sure it is, but I think Padme has way more outfits than Leia.
Way more. Definitely way more. Definitely way more, probably.
Yeah.
She does. Yeah. Padme has more outfits than Leia.
Yeah.
Alright, so we had Barris in the Clone Wars, who, well, she was in Attack of the Clones, and her betrayal hurt on a personal level. I really liked her, and then she was evil, and it hurt. It was painful.
I loved her. I was like, oh, this is my favorite character. She betrayed. I was like, oh, no, never mind. No.
So Barris, we did see Bo-Katan, saw her a little bit, and she started out as kind of an antagonist, but, she slowly came to realize, like, I'm on the wrong side. And she did fight with Obi-Wan. We didn't really have an ending to her story.
I want to see that. That would be awesome.
There is a Siege of Mandalore comic. I think it's a comic coming out with Ahsoka, so maybe we'll see how she turned out there, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I loved how she stood for what she believed in and rebelled against Darth Maul and the rest of the Mandalorians that stayed, which was pretty awesome. And I was so sad when her sister died. I was like, no, Satine!
I love Satine.
No.
Speaking of too many outfits, she had a lot too.
Yeah, she does.
I like Satine. She was like, I don't know. She was kind of like Obi-Wan's Padme, but I think she was a little bit more sarcastic than Padme.
Yes, very.
They were always bickering, which is awesome. She and Obi-Wan.
They were like peanut butter and jelly. Oh my god. It was so cute.
I was very sad when they died, when she died.
Yeah, I was crying so much. I was like, no, they could have had a thing together.
She didn't deserve it. So Satine, Ventress.
Oh my god. Yes.
Ventress.
My mom, she does Ventress, the costume, and my dad does Voss.
From Dark Disciple.
Yeah. I thought Dark Disciple was an amazing story.
Except
I was kind of confused a little.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. During the end, I was like, okay, I got it. It's all good. But it was so sad.
Ventress does die. That was really supposed to be 8 episodes. That was like almost half a season, Dark Disciple.
Yeah. I was so sad when Ventress died. It was. I didn't really thought she would die. I thought they would just leave each other, but she had to die.
Before I heard anything about Dark Disciple, I'm like, maybe we'll see her as like a bounty hunter or something in Rebels, but no, that's not gonna happen.
No. But I loved when they were they went into Ventress's story more and I love her background. It's so sad, but it's so good.
It's interesting.
And when they started talking about her master and Boss's master, oh god, that was just so sad.
And then we have like the kind of like the trinity of female Jedi: Shakti, Luminara, and Aayla Secura, who they all got sort of like their own kind of episode almost in Clone Wars. We had Aayla Secura, who was she set her mind on a goal, and then she achieved it. Like she didn't mess around. And then Luminara, who was a good teacher to Ahsoka in that episode. And unfortunately, she was in Rebels, but not in the way we wanted her to be.
Yeah.
And then Shakti, who we didn't see too much of, but we do know that she was on the clone facility area, and she did seem very wise, and she was empathetic towards the clones, which is good.
it seems like she understands the clones more than not anyone, but maybe anyone. And I liked that. That was pretty cool.
Because all the other Jedi, like, they were nice to the clones and they treated them as equals, but they didn't really seem to understand. When she, like, even if she didn't, like experience what they were going through, like, she seemed to understand, like, and she tried to help them with that.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do we have?
Let's see.
We do have the Seventh Sister coming up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So our female Inquisitor, I wanted her to be Barriss, not because I wanted Barriss to be evil, but because I wanted to know where Barriss was. But she was not.
I thought it was gonna be Barriss, and then I was like, no, they wouldn't bring that much people back.
Yeah.
Like in just a few episodes. So I was like, okay, it's probably maybe someone different, and it was. So
yeah,
but it's still cool that we get new characters.
Yeah.
More characters to cosplay.
More characters.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I always thought she would be Barriss because, like, I thought that would be an interesting dynamic, like, if we saw her fighting Ahsoka, but, you know, you don't get that. But she does seem, she seems like she'll be a cool character. And
yeah. She's very evil.
Very evil. Let's see. Let's start speculating about Rebels now. Let's see.
Yeah.
She seems to be, she's going to be a huge threat, we can already tell. And she seems to be like, we haven't seen much, but she seems to be smarter than the fifth brother. She seems to be kind of like in charge of him almost, like he's like her kind of pet a little bit.
Yeah, like the sidekick.
Yes, he is her sidekick. And she does have those little droids, which I think they could be interesting, like depending on what they do.
Mm-hmm. They look creepy. Like at first they looked like probe droids, but like really small. But then I started looking at them more, and I was like, no, I don't know. I don't know what you are.
They remind me a little bit of spiders, which I do not like spiders. So
my little brother doesn't like spiders. I'm okay with them. They're fine. They don't hurt me.
So she seems like she's going to be an interesting character. We know that already.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like all the Inquisitors have the same lightsaber. The first Inquisitor did. Who was apparently the Grand Inquisitor, so now there's this power struggle between all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go into more Rebel stuff, quick mention of two female characters that are new. We have Rey. She seems... I think I'm gonna like her.
I think so too. I don't really know much about her, but I can already tell she's a strong character. And that's what I like about those characters.
That's what we like. She seems... I really think I'm gonna like her. She seems... From what I know, she seems like she's going to be kind of like sarcastic. She just kind of looks like that. Like she looks like she could sass somebody. And then... and then she does have BB-8. She is BB-8's friend, which is good. BB-8 is good. And then
BB-8 is so adorable.
She is a scavenger. I think, like, out of the new three characters, Finn, Rey, and Poe, I feel like she's going to kind of be like the Han Solo character. And Finn's obviously Luke. And I think Poe was kind of like Princess Leia.
I feel like Rey is going to be a mixture of Han and Leia.
Which is why she should be Han and Leia's child.
Yes.
That would be so awesome.
Please. Rey Solo.
Rey Solo.
Yes.
And then our other female character who we know next to nothing about, really, is Captain Phasma. I think she seems terrifying. I love it.
Yeah, she's interesting. My mom already loves her, and